Brew Review, the 2019 kickoff, sort of, because Vinnie is here from SR Perrott. Yeah! Wow.
I don't know if that's going to start a fire or not.
Look out. Sorry, I'm glad you said that, bro. Yeah. We wasted all of our special effects money.
I didn't know there was going to be pyro.
For the year.
Done.
Done. That's it. No more pyro.
Vinnie, our special new friend Quinn. Quinn.
How's it going,
Now, I will tell you, Quinn does have some beer knowledge background, so don't screw with him. He's not an intern Steve.
He's not an intern Steve.
No.
I can tell by his eyebrows.
And I don't have any knee pads on, so you know that I'm definitely not intern.
Experienced.
Or a funny-looking mustache.
I was going to say,
no, you are.
You know he doesn't have mustache. It's with the knee pads. He ties it. All right, so.
This is a new year.
It is. It's a whole new year.
And you had this great New Year idea.
Yes, I do. We're all talking about New Year's resolutions, right?
Right.
Right.
Right? So even myself, I know Guy, we're involved in a weight loss thing.
Yeah.
I know that I gave up beer for the month.
What?
Didn't give up alcohol. I didn't give up alcohol. I gave up the beer part just for a month. I've got things going on. So that's why I brought his stuff here. And I should say that I'm going to try beer today. So I guess technically I didn't give it up.
Yeah. So
anyway,
quick weight check. How many pounds down are you?
I didn't check. I haven't stepped on a scale.
Don't
since
you guys
I
need to
stepped on
do
the public
percentage, not actual pounds? Because you'd have to figure out.
No, it's between me and him.
Well, I understand it's between you guys.
I like the percentage.
Did you weigh in at the same weight?
No, but I mean,
we're seeing who loses the most pounds by July.
Yeah, by July.
Although
it doesn't matter what we weigh.
Although I like Quinn's idea. How about you guys lose until you weigh the same? And then you could swap clothes and stuff. That'd be fun.
I think we weigh the same now.
Are you now making them a couple? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
we can't kill. All right,
I do like your new haircut.
Your wife would be furious.
I got an idea. Why don't we drink first?
No. See what happens.
So much for the formality of it. So New Year's resolution brews is what you brought.
Yeah. So what I figured is I'd pull some stuff out of the warehouse that's lower in calorie and lower in carbs. So when you're out there trying to figure out what you want to drink to help kind of lose some weight, or if you're doing keto, or if you're doing judo or medo or whatever it's called out there. Yeah, I like your judo. Right, so you can take a look and go. So we've got some sparkling waters. Okay. We've got actually beer. All right. And I got a surprise here that people probably don't think that it's that light, but it actually is.
Really? Okay.
Yep, so we're going to go. I even have a craft beer in here, too, so pretty excited about that.
Sampler.
Yeah, sample. Now, some of these beers we may have tried in the past year, but there's new styles or flavors from those, so I'm pretty excited.
It's 2019, baby. It's all fresh.
Can I say something, by the way, too? I'd like to say...
Let me check. Hold on. Can Vinnie say something?
Yeah?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Boss is already there.
We're good to go.
You've been cleared.
I want to say thanks for inviting SR Perrott and myself to come and do your show with you.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely, dude.
It's been an amazing year last year. Super excited on what we've done.
I know.
Super excited of where we're going. And I'm super excited at the prospect of living with Guy now.
I know,
Maybe we can
right.
do that couple things.
And we do have our word of the day, partnership.
Partnership.
There it is.
Brought to you by the word partner.
By the way, I get the right side of the bed.
All right, I'll give it to you. So
those aren't
one
pillows.
of the New Year's resolutions I made this year is I will not pick on guys' hands anymore.
Really?
I am not going to do that.
You just started, you dick.
By bringing that up.
You did bring larger cups, though, so it's going to be exposed.
And larger cans.
Yeah. You won't be trying to do it. It may just happen organically, is what you're saying.
So one thing as we go through these two, the statistics I'm going to give you on the calories and the carbs are based on a 12 ounce.
Okay.
I brought some bigger ones because it's easier. We have more people here. Just kind of pour it. Sure. But these are based on a 12 ounce on that whole thing. So,
all right.
This is actually a guy size can.
Yes.
And this is a Vinnie size can.
Okay.
So we're good with that.
So those of you who are looking, if you're watching on YouTube on the skewed screen,
You know I've started playing hockey, right? The gloves are off, bitch.
True. That's true. He knocked intern Steve on his ass. And he'll not do that to you.
Intern Steve weighs like 32 pounds.
That's true, he does.
And it just slammed a Truly, so those all added together.
Perfect.
Let's drink. How about that?
Perfect.
All right. So let's go ahead and start getting into the alcohol products we have. So I've kind of lined up 3 different seltzers. The first one we're gonna. Boy, you guys gonna watch the video of this one. I'm telling you. So make sure you go to YouTube to watch the brew review. The first one we're going to work with is actually Henry's Hard Seltzer.
Okay.
I brought the Passionfruit. The cool part about this is it's 0 sugar.
Wow.
Awesome. 0.0.
None.
Nice.
For your older people that can get that, I hope you get that
None
reference.
sugar.
Right.
And it's low carb.
Okay.
And I believe it is only, I got to check my list here, guys, 88 calories.
Yes,
Wow.
88 calories.
So thank you very much, Guy. I do appreciate all year, too. You looking up stuff and stuff like that. I appreciate that because sometimes my brain goes different ways.
If you guys want to check them out, it's henryhardsparkling.com.
Yep. It's actually made by Miller Coors. Great product. It's out there. We have the lemon lime and we have the passion fruit.
All right. You can find these everywhere, too,
Yep.
right? These things are in all the
These are
groceries
everywhere. And this is 4.2% alcohol.
Okay.
So it's actually higher than a Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Bud Light in alcohol value.
Really?
And like you said, I mean, for the new year, when you're looking at less sugar, less carb, especially for guys that are looking to lose weight, this is a great alternative to the beer.
Absolutely. And you know what's good with this, too? You can put it with vodka.
Yeah,
So if
well,
you
yeah, that's the other thing is adding a shot to an alcoholic beverage. Who doesn't like that?
Absolutely. So then you can actually get a little bit more
I've
of-
never said no to that.
Well, and and vodka, you
Thank you.
talk about your lower calorie alcohols.
Absolutely.
Ooh, it
A
smells
straight
good.
clear vodka is a great way to go if you're looking at cutting some calories.
One of the great ones to actually look at would be our own Copper Bottom because he uses cane sugar, which the sugar is actually distilled out.
Right.
So you're not getting that sugar profile in
Nice.
there. So it's a great one. And another good one is the Sugar Works up there also.
That's right.
They got some cool stuff going on I'm going to tell you about later.
This
on.
is
Anyways,
this is great.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Got a good aftertaste to it.
The
Zero
no
sugar.
sugar part, the 0 sugar, it's not overly sweet. You get the passion fruit, but you don't have all that sugar sweet syrup afterwards.
Yep.
You
Down.
can't tell that it's no sugar either.
No, or that it's 4.5%.
Are you actually getting the nose on a sparkling hard water, sir? That's how good he is on a sparkling hard
Yeah,
water.
you're getting the passion fruit off it.
I
You're
see
not-
that.
It's tight. Okay. All right. So if you're like me and you're thinking about running that half marathon in Daytona on February, whatever day it is, it's a while away. That would be a good start.
It would be. This
Good
would
starter
not-
and recovery.
yeah.
This would be,
Yeah.
and I have one on this list that'll be good during the run too.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I will need that.
Well,
yeah.
it has electrolytes, and we'll get into that whole situation. So
Excellent.
it's pretty awesome. It's got
Okay.
the salt, but we'll get into that.
All right.
So the next one that we're going to do is actually White Claw.
Okay.
So White Claw is 100 calories. And it's 2 carbs and 2 grams of sugar, and it's 5%.
Okay.
Everybody's had White Claw. I know they're all out there.
Right.
But we just got the new flavor in.
What is it?
Mango.
Oh, mango.
Mango.
I love mango.
Mango. Did you hear what I said?
I love mango.
I said mango.
I recently cut a mango.
Did you
put
cut
it
a
in
mango
Yeah,
open?
put it in a Tupperware thing.
Oh, did you?
So you just cut it and put it in a Tupperware? You didn't eat
It
it?
wore me out.
At that point, what do you
I was
do?
like, oh, the hell with it. I'll get
You
back
know
to it
what's the
later.
fruit that'll wear you out? Not change the subject, but I tried a persimmon. You ever tried a persimmon?
No.
Oh my lord! I did not
No.
know there's 2 different types of persimmon, and one of them you have to leave till it almost rots, and then you eat it with a spoon. Well, I ate it earlier, and it left a film on my tongue.
Oh.
And I gave it to my fiance and my mother-in-law, and they were like, "What is
Wow.
this film?" Yeah, so
Like you would prank them.
Yes. So from what I understand, you have to let it sit till it almost rots. Then you cut it open
Okay.
and you eat it like pudding. So
Oh.
I didn't have that patience, and I don't
go
know
monkey
if I
skull.
want to eat my fruit like pudding.
I don't want to gauge the rot of anything, really.
Absolutely.
Now this is 5% alcohol, right?
This
Just
is
a little
5%,
higher.
2 grams of sugar, and I believe it's 2 carbs. Yep.
Love it. The White Claw people do good business.
You can go to whiteclaw.com.
Very good
And
stuff.
White Claw has variety packs. They have all of them, but this mango flavor is super delicious.
Oh, wow. That smells
Oh, you
like
get it right off the front.
That smells like I'm going to want some cotton candy after this, too.
Well, it reminds me of the mango IPAs.
that's so
Again,
good.
going back to being something an alternative
Oh,
to
yeah.
a beer. If you
Yeah.
have that taste in mind and you get something that doesn't have all the calories of a
Oh,
beer.
that's so good.
So one part about these, I will put a warning out there. I'm a seltzer water drinker anyway. My girl tells me that I drink rich people water. I can't
Perrier.
drink out of a tap.
Yeah.
No, I drink Polar, but according to her, that's rich people water, and I can't
Is
drink
it?
out of a tap.
Oh, you're snooty.
But I'm snooty.
Yeah.
So I'll grab those. I'll have 3, 4, 5 of those. Just kind of sip.
I
drink
wasn't
them
gonna say
down.
it.
That's part of the problem with these is you do not get any of the alcohol in
Yeah.
it. It's not a problem. I'm not saying it's an issue, but you don't get the alcohol in it. So when you're sitting there and you're drinking like I drink seltzer water, and
Sure.
then I stand up later and I go, wait a minute. What?
Right.
You're not lying. My wife discovered seltzer water, and she just pounded like 4 of them in a row. And then she stood up. She goes, "What the? And so I told you it was going to get you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's this.
So then I made her drink more.
Did you?
Good idea.
Are you going to do that to me when we live together? We get it.
Duh.
Now you know
Gotta
Rupert's
get
going
pretty
to start
somehow.
crying, right?
Yeah, you got to get pretty somehow. That or I got to get you drunk so you think I'm pretty.
Either way.
Either way, we're drinking.
Put some funhouse mirrors in there. Just have fun with it. That's really good.
It is.
It's
right?
really, and it is like some of those fruity beers has that subtlety there where
Yeah.
it's clearly still water, but
Yeah, absolutely.
and it tastes sweeter than it is, right?
Yes,
As far as the
absolutely.
sugar
It's only 2
content
grams
goes.
of sugar.
Yeah, it's nothing.
And it's only 2 carbs. So it's good there again. This is great over ice with some vodka.
Mm-hmm.
If you get your clear spirits like we talked about, most of those have almost no carbs, no sugar. The vodkas, you pour it over, a little ice, twist a lime, and you're good to go on this. And then, you can do your mile that you're doing later on.
I snuck a peek ahead, and I see what's coming next, and I want all of that.
Oh,
I want
you
the
can't have
bulk
all
of
this
that,
'cause I
truly.
fell in love with this the other day.
Really?
So I'm up at Brass Tap up in Palm Coast. Great account, good
Yeah.
people. And they're doing a little contest up there, inter contest, where they're doing some Truly. So one of the bartenders up there was like, hey, man, you're not drinking beer. I got Truly. So I'm like, all right, let me try. So I had the berry. And then they brought this one out. This is Blueberry Acai. You can only find this in the mix pack. So Truly is actually 1 gram of sugar, 2 carbs, and 5% alcohol as well.
Okay.
And you can only find this one in the mix packs. Now, the regular berry is really good too, and you can find that on its own.
Okay.
But you'll buy the mix pack for this. And there's pomegranate in the mix pack. There's this one, and there's raspberry lime, which is really good too.
Okay.
But this one I fell in love with, and I was telling you guys earlier before we got on air. This is amazing. So
Yeah, and it also only has 100 calories.
100 calories.
All these beverages we're taking part in. If you want to find out where the closest location to you is, go to srperrott.com beer finder, and it'll tell you exactly where to go to get these.
I was listening to you guys last week when you mentioned the beer finder. That is awesome. Whether you're looking for Truly, if you're looking for a beer, whatever you're looking for, you go on there, SR Perrott, you can find it all throughout the region.
You can find anything. If you're looking for Victoria, you can find Victoria. Whatever you want on there.
That smells really good.
You smell that, right?
You know what it smells like right before I ate it?
I just saw you go.
That's
up into the
really
distance.
good. I knew
This
it.
brought back a memory. Is it good?
Well, you know,
or
with
is
a
it
can,
not?
you know,
Did
when,
somebody,
when you see a can, it's like a beer too. When you see a can, you're like, man, I bet that beer would be really good inside it. And sometimes maybe it's different than what you
Yeah.
that
You know what this
is
smells
what you
like
think it is.
right before I drink it? Remember Berry Kicks?
Oh yeah,
Smells just like Berry
Absolutely.
Kicks.
I would put this over my berry pick.
Wait till it gets inside you. It'll kick your liver. No, it's good. That's tasty, man. Wow.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing in it. I mean, if you're that precise in your weight loss, not that you guys so much, but if anybody
Wait,
is,
what are you talking about?
counting numbers,
Huh?
like getting down to like, oh, I can only get 2 carbs in for the day. This would be a great way to spend
Absolutely.
it. You know?
Yeah.
This
you
and chewing gum.
Instead of eating a potato chip, you can have one of these. Just
That's
think
it.
about that, right?
Yeah.
You can have 1 potato chip,
Yeah.
or you can have a 12-ounce can of this.
You're going to see
What's
more
your favorite?
vibrant colors afterwards, for
Absolutely.
sure. I think.
My wife just sent me a Snapchat with her giving the middle finger because we're drinking her favorite drinks.
Make sure you tell her about this one.
Yeah. Tell her
Well, she's listening right now. And by the way, we're getting paid to drink, so
Absolutely.
It's all SR Perrott's fault.
It is. It's
All right.
SR. No, you guys, it's your fault.
I don't know if it's fault or thanks.
So thanks.
Yeah, both.
So
They both.
you guys are going to be a little surprised about the next one. It's actually Miller Lite.
Really?
Miller Lite is only 96 calories and 3.2 grams of carbs in a 12-ounce can.
You know,
Really?
I see the commercials sometimes, and sometimes they'll throw those numbers up, and I don't even pay attention to
No.
them. But then when you hear it that way compared to the rest of the stuff, it's
Absolutely.
nothing.
wait,
So
how many calories did you say?
it's only 96, so it's less calories.
96
than the Truly.
calories.
12-ounce can.
For a 12-ounce can, so it's less than the Truly and less than a White Claw.
Wow.
And it's only got 3.2 grams of carbs.
You said we were going to be surprised. I'm surprised.
You wouldn't think so. I've got another one that's going to even surprise you more, but that one is a little surprising. For
I love surprises.
Well, Miller Lite also, they were the first light beer in America, right?
Yeah.
They were the first one to come out. I mean, if you remember the
Late
old
70s,
commercials,
yep.
for the guys that are
Tastes
old enough to
great,
remember in the
less filling.
70s that taste great, less filling.
Yep.
Remember that stuff.
You
I'm
just gave
sure.
your age away.
That's all right. That's all right. There are no secrets
Fitting
in
not
the brew
cut me open,
review.
cut the rings.
There again, guys, just so you know, this would be in a 12-ounce can. I brought the big cans because we're sharing. It's just a little bit easier
sure.
than bringing, all the
Yeah.
little ones. But 96 calories, 3.2 carbs
Nothing.
in Miller Lite. And guess what? If you're going to drink a light beer, Miller Lite's got a lot of flavor behind it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ultra beers out there, people talk about, but this one is really good, really light, and you wouldn't think so, because you're like, oh, that's Miller Lite. That's got to be heavy. It's not.
Lite.
I feel like with the Miller Lite, you could do jumping jacks while having it, and that way you're actually burning calories and burning carbs.
Well, it's also beer's great for recovery after a marathon.
Yes.
I know and
It's
something
true.
like Miller Lite, you're not
Yeah.
getting all the heaviness. It's a good to
Yeah.
You're
refresh
getting your
after
carbs,
the
you're
Right.
getting your B12s, you're getting what you need out of them.
you can do
Absolutely.
Your
better
body
than-
will thank you. That's what we're telling you.
Interesting
We're not
fact.
scientists.
Interesting fact. Miller Lite is also great for recovery of a hangover.
Yes. That's a big piece of
Well, the
greasy
B12
fried chicken.
Did not see that coming.
Some leftover pizza, you're fine.
I did not see that coming.
Can you guys tell we're all dieting? Nice big piece of.
I'm trying. It'll wear
I'm
off.
gonna go eat my salad.
Check
later.
out the February 18th episode. I get it.
So, what do you guys think? Right? You probably haven't had Miller Lite. in a
It's
while.
been a long time since I had Miller
But
Lite.
when,
and yeah.
when it's in your head that you're really not drinking anything heavy, to me, it seems like, it just goes right down.
This would be a great beach beer, backyard beer, where you're going to be out for a couple hours
Yeah.
and you don't want to be overloaded with a heavy beer, get all sweaty, get tired. This is just good hanging out beer.
Yeah, hanging out, chilling, kind of doing whatever else, whatever you want to do, and not have to worry about the carbs as much as you would. I mean,
Yeah.
3.2 carbs is crazy. 3.2,
Yeah.
right? In a beer that has flavor. So,
Right.
and I know that Miller Lite won the right to say it tastes better than another beer, but we won't bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
right.
cool. I don't know if you
That
guys
was a
saw that.
legal
Well,
battle.
That is
wasn't
ultra
it?
It was
cool.
illegal.
That is ultra cool that they can do that.
It is ultra cool.
Hey, not gonna lie, in my fridge, I do have at all times a 6-pack of Miller Lite because that's one of my go-tos when I wake up first thing in the morning. I'm like, oh man, just
Yep.
And
crack
it's a
it
good
open.
beer,
Right
like-
before the show. No, he
And-
means weekends.
Oh, weekends.
He means weekends.
Weekends.
Yeah, we're not talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's
Technically
what's
Friday-
next?
Technically, Friday's the weekend, right?
Yeah. Our
Right.
pre-show.
I think it actually began about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. So
By my watch.
wait till-
Now, the next one we're going to work with is Yuengling Light.
okay.
Yes, Yuengling does a light beer.
No, we did it in 2018. We had a brew review Yuengling episode, and I was fascinated that there were that many different Yuengling products.
Oh, yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
of one.
Now, I grew up in Pennsylvania,
You know.
right? And so that lager, that is just synonymous. That's the only lager that
That's
they
all they
know
do.
for the
Yeah.
longest time. That word lager was Yuengling.
Yeah.
But they have expanded out greatly in the
Yeah,
past few years.
Absolutely. So they just came out with that new Pilsner, which
Yeah.
we had talked about on the show.
The Golden Pilsner.
The Golden
Yeah.
Pilsner,
Yeah.
which is actually doing pretty good.
See that everywhere now.
Absolutely. Nice light lager. This is the Yuengling Light. It's 99 calories and 8.5% carbs. So it's a little bit higher in the carbs, lower in the calories. So depending on where you're going, you may have to give up a piece of pie for this, but
Right.
it's up to you or how you want to work with it. I think pie has a lot more than 8.5
Yeah,
carbs.
and I think your judgment
Probably.
call when you're juggling that decision always default to beer.
It always defaults to
Yeah.
beer.
Well, the carbs are always going to be a little higher in beer itself because it technically is liquid bread.
It basically is.
That's true.
So-
That's
and
true.
I think we've talked about this before. How they used to in the monasteries when they would fast, they would drink 1 pint of beer. That's where the Doppelbock got started.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
talked about that with Polliner.
Yeah.
They're the first ones to create the Doppelbock. The monks would drink 1 pint a day to get their B12s, their B6s, their caloric intake to last them while they were fasting. So,
It works.
I mean, if they can do it, we can do it.
That's just science. That's Vinnie Science Corner,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So wait a minute, I'm allowed 1 pint a day?
Yeah, but no
Well,
food.
you're not a monk. So
no
you can't.
food.
We could give them the
They
haircut.
were fasting.
No.
We could give them the monk
Can you get
haircut
them a
and get it
robe?
going.
Quinn, get him a robe.
I was gonna say-
Wait, what's with this wee stuff? You got a mouse in
Brother
your
guy.
pocket?
Brother guy.
It works out well for me. I can go
Nobody give him clippers.
Nobody.
Now, in 99, let's
99
imagine the
calories.
moment where they're crafting this beer in the Yuengling lab, and they were like, it came in at 100. And
one
some
out.
guy at a board meeting went, no, work on it harder. And they got it down to 99.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what the real story was? They were listening to 99 Left Balloons, and they said, you know what? I think
Right.
we'll bring it in at 99,
That's right.
and that's where they went.
Huge
they
fan-
felt
the-
bad for her
the
sitting on the
Germans-
stairs, complaining about getting her whatever, so they said, hey, here's the situation, we'll work with it.
The very German Nana was a huge
No,
fan of Yuengling.
that surprisingly tastes just like regular Yuengling.
Like regularly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
It's almost like the Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Light thing. They taste almost the same.
Almost the same. Listen to it. That's funny. Mountain Dew Light. You can
Yeah.
tell he's into beer.
Yeah.
Diet Mountain Dew. But he's
Mountain Dew Light. Mountain Dew Light.
Although it is a lighter
Glad
mouth
you caught
feel.
that.
It is a lighter mouth feel with the beer, though. It doesn't have that heavy of the lager. with the same
Mountain
taste.
Dew Light. What?
I'm a
We can edit that out, right?
No, that's staying.
I'm on a different budget. I buy the Mountain Thunder Light.
Mountain Thunder.
Walmart. It's a little cheaper. You save 79 cents.
Hey, isn't that the same one? Don't they have a Dr. Thunder too?
They got a Dr. Thunder, and of course,
Bob.
if you go to Winn-Dixie, it's a Dr. Check.
Dr. Check.
I don't want to blow anybody away with my cheap.
Well, at least they got their degrees. I drank Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb.
He's more fun to hang out with, obviously, Mr. Pibb.
He's not a snooty.
He's more bubbly and stuff. But again, this is a great thing to know for anybody who still has resolutions intact or trying to still going to the gym.
Yep.
Your gym membership's still intact. Well, you can have one of those afterwards.
And the
It ain't
nice
gonna hurt
part
you.
about this beer is it's you're still getting a lot of that lager flavor. You get some of that corn. They use corn in it. That was actually about 4 years ago. The Craft Beer Society, Craft Brewers Conference or Craft Brewers Association decided to allow corn to be one of the adjuncts used because they found out and realized that pre-prohibition American lagers were made with corn. So that's why Yuengling actually technically became a craft beer. So now that we have, it's under 6 million barrels. It's owned by the family. It's fifth generation. It's only in, I think, 15 states now. And it outsells actually Sam Adams, which is in every state. And they're doing pretty well. So they're growing very slow and moving very slow. And there's actually, it is technically local because there is a plant in Tampa Bay. So that's the cool part about that as well. So good flavor profile, good history on it, oldest brewery in the country, and it technically is a craft beer.
Okay. Also, a great time, if you don't mind, for a quick show timeout. Time for Vinnie's top 4 favorite corn songs. Here we go.
Silk.
Huh.
Yellow corn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blue
That's a good
corn.
list. I didn't.
He has no clue.
Indian
I didn't
corn.
expect. Yeah. Sorry.
Corn.
Indian corn.
I think he might be blind.
It's all right. It's okay. I didn't see it. Oof. The screen.
Or a clown.
We got the screen in the wrong place. It's because the snowman is still there. We have not taken down the holiday decorations yet, Quinn. I'm sorry that you had to see this.
That's okay.
But we hired a staff to come in and decorate for the holidays for a couple of holiday episodes we did. We had 25 people in this room. And there was some structural damage done. And they said, don't touch the head. So it's still up there.
All right, I got you.
If it comes down at any moment,
Yeah,
The whole ceiling might
I'll be out.
come
All
with it.
set.
Yeah.
No, I actually never really got into corn, so I apologize. I like corn.
yeah,
I like corn.
with a C.
The sea corn, and I could talk to you about this Elwood or New York or cow corn. You can get it right before it turns, or making whiskey out of it, or whatever
Wow.
you want to do. So we
See, now we're talking. The whiskey part of the corn,
to
yeah.
that part, but unfortunately, I didn't get too much into corn because everybody and their mother was listening to it, and I like to listen to other.
Right.
Now, I see what you have coming up, and that is one of my favorite beverages right there.
This one, I talked about having another craft beer in here. This
Prettiest-
is Dogfish Head SeaQuench.
Prettiest can of the day.
So
Look
this
at that
one's
thing.
140 calories, and in a 12 ounce. I'm sorry,
Okay.
buddy. 140
All right.
calories in a 12 ounce, and 9 carbs in a 12 ounce. But one of the differences behind this beer is made with sea salt. So that acts as a product to add electrolytes back into your body.
Okay.
Legally, they're not allowed to say it's like a Gatorade, but it actually helps rehydrate you. So this is a great. Well, I can't legally say that, but it could because of the salts. How does that sound?
Yes.
So when you were running,
So
you
during
can
my half
actually drink
marathon,
this.
Camelback.
I wouldn't recommend running with that in the Camelback. It'll blow up because it's carbonated.
The only thing I can see is that he's sitting over there rubbing his hands together like a little kid before Christmas.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. I'm thinking about how I can get it. They got to have a vented Camelback somewhere. I'll go to a biking store.
So the
Not
good,
Viking.
There again, the good part about this is it's actually 4.9% alcohol.
Okay.
And it is a national sponsor of the. Oh, dang it. What do you call it? Well, it was last year. I don't know if they're getting it this year.
World Archery Association.
Yeah, the people that run through the dirt and the mud and climb over
Oh,
things.
the
Tough Mudder.
Mudders?
There's another one.
Spartan race.
Another. There's I don't know.
There's a ton of them.
It's one of those. Huh? Ninja Warrior. Leave it to you. The guy with the man bun to come out with Ninja Warriors.
Quick, check
He's
his
gonna walk
shoes.
out on that. He seems very disgusted with that answer.
Mike, we were so thirsty.
Wait, they wouldn't edit mine. No,
Yeah, the guy at the camera. No, that's not getting edited. No, that's staying in.
that's
Was
digital,
trying to
Mike.
enjoy his experience here in the room.
He is the one responsible for all the videos that you see on YouTube.
Yeah, that's Mike. We like to pick on him and
Yes.
make sure people know who he is. Get him out there. He really doesn't have a man bun. It's more of a ponytail.
He gets first and last.
Wait till it
edit.
gets a little bit longer.
It gets a little bit longer, get a little higher on his head. But
There you
no.
go.
So anyway, so they do a lot of sponsorships of those races, those type
Yeah.
of races.
Okay.
And
You know, I thought you knew how to pour a beer,
I
Vinny.
did not know that.
Wow.
That was. I didn't know
Wow.
that this beer had that kind of content to it. You know.
Oh yeah, there we go. Cool.
So,
that's not what you want?
Did you just return? Did you just return something? Do you have a receipt? Keep your receipt.
So anyway, this is a sour ale, but it's not super tart as you drink it.
So good.
It's kind of it's kind of 3 different beers in one. It's a Goza, that's where the salt comes from.
Right.
It's a Kolsch, that's where the lightness comes from.
Okay.
And it's a Berliner, that's where the sour comes from.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
Sam Calzone, awesome dude for Dogfish Head, likes to do things a little bit different, a little bit out there. So this is a great beer. It's been out 3 years now.
There are a lot of different flavors dancing around in your mouth, but when they all come together, it is a fantastic drinking.
There's nothing else like this that I know of.
Well, and I also say if someone is a tequila drinker and likes that lime and salt, and you want something that's not going to rock you as hard, that is a great beer to go
Absolutely.
I would drop to tequila in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
You can always do that little car bomb shot right in there.
Yep. Yeah, pop it in and go.
You might be
Speaking of which, I happen to bring some.
Look at that. Oh, so close.
So
there's no alcohol in my work bag.
No, of course it is.
Nothing at all. So anyway, this is a you don't have anything in there anyway. Anywhere in there.
Paydays not.
You good, dude?
For a couple days.
So anyway,
The camera takes 2. Never mind. All right. So, but this has a tremendous amount of flavor.
it does, right?
But now it makes sense because basically it's 3 beers in one.
It's 3 beers in one.
Yeah.
It's the sea salt and it's the black limes, which have a little bit more of that tartness to them.
But it's not
that,
too tarty.
and not heavy at all.
No. And you're only 4.9%, like I said. So, yeah, the carbs are a little bit higher, 9. But you know what? If you're watching your carbs, you can work it out, figure it in.
Right.
And you're still getting a lower carb than, say, a 120 or something. So.
And if people have been turned off by Dogfish Head, this might be an approachable beer for them
Yeah,
because
it is.
the 120s, the 90s, the 60s, if people aren't familiar with that Dogfish Head or kind of was too much for them, this is a lighter introduction to Dogfish Head.
Absolutely. Very light, very easy, very sessionable.
Yeah.
There again, good beer.
I feel like my internal mineral balance.
And I
got
know for
reset.
a fact you can find these at Publix, and you can also find them at Total Wine.
That's right.
I know that for a fact because I get them all the time.
Do you?
I think you made a mistake. I see you have a Guinness. Can you probably?
Yeah, I brought a Guinness
I
with
think you
me.
made a mistake. This is supposed to be the New Year's resolution, lighter fitness beers. Basically,
Well, I am here to break the Guinness stereotype. A lot of people think that Guinness, oh my goodness, it's a dark beer. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
it's going
it's
to be
like a
super
pound
heavy.
cake.
Oh my goodness, it's going to have no hop profile. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, Guinness actually has 4 different hops in it, believe it or not. And Guinness is for a 12-ounce can or a 12-ounce pour
Yeah.
of Guinness Draught.
Okay.
It's 126 calories and 10 carbs.
What?
That's it.
Yep.
No.
126
No.
calories. That's it.
Calories
Guinness
and 10
Light,
carbs.
you mean.
See,
No.
the diet I'm on,
Draft.
the diet I'm on doesn't count carbs.
Okay.
I mean, it does, but you don't pay attention to that as much as the calories.
Okay.
I would have thought that was a lot more calories.
It's not, and that's why I wanted to bring this Guinness
Wow.
and shock everybody. You know what I mean?
It is shocking
So-
because I would assume that the heaviness that Mystique carries with it.
Have you've drank Guinness? It's not
Yeah.
heavy. People,
Yeah.
what's heavy about it is nitro versus CO2.
Okay.
So what happens is when that nitro gets in there, it tries to escape as fast as it can. It won't bond with any of the liquid, so it pushes up through the liquid and creates that big, thick, heavy head on top, which actually adds to the flavor of the Guinness. And then the Guinness technically is flat when you drink it. So CO2 kind of bonds with the liquid, so that's where you're getting your carbonation from. So when you're drinking that Guinness, you're getting that nice milky flavor up front from that heavy head, and then the beer itself is actually light.
Mr. Wizard Lady.
So,
By the way,
the second round of Vinnie Science Corner. Again, this is like 2019
Also-
is going well.
in case you're vegan, that is commonly known that Guinness filters their stuff through fish bladders,
Yep.
but they have gone the vegan way and decided to stop doing
doing
that.
it.
So,
They
so
don't do that
so,
anymore, correct?
Nope.
No, they're not doing it anymore.
No more filtering with the fish bladder.
No.
The cool part about this,
The widget.
Oh, the
in
widget.
there, it'll help release the nitro when you open it up.
Now, when continue shaking it,
Yeah.
and then open it.
And go over to the corner, right here.
By the way, fun,
Wait, what
fun
the
fact, I had a fish
Picking on me
bladder
already,
put
I
in
see.
A couple years
Oh,
ago.
did you really?
Yeah.
Now you can breathe partially
It's
underwater.
not a. You got to go outside the U.S.
Told
to
you.
get that surgery, but it's
Yeah.
pretty good. See, it really
That was a good
happened.
bubble.
Mr. Wizard.
Yeah. You knew
Yeah.
the science would take over right
There
there.
you
That's
go.
beautiful.
And Guinness was the first company to put the widgets into the cans,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Look at
Now, other
that.
people have followed. Now, Nitro being popular with them, I know Nitro has come up with other breweries.
So if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, nitro, as you can see here, It has a cascading effect. Do you see how it's hard to see through the plastic because that cascades and then it works up and it gives you that creamy head on top. So and really with the best way to see that is on draft. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're just saying they were the first ones to bring the widget into cans, and other people were following suit with nitro now, both cans and bottles.
Yep, absolutely.
And if you've ever seen a Guinness poured in a pub or a bar, you notice they have their own little tap because they have it a certain way where you have to pull it and then you push it forward. It's all on a different system.
Yeah, there's also a screen in there that helps aerate it as you're pulling it through.
That's why it always takes so long when you order a Guinness to get one.
Worth that
yes,
wait
it
to
is.
Watch that separation in a glass. There's nothing else like that in beer.
No,
You can just watch it for a couple minutes and then it's just awesome to watch.
I think Steve has been caught doing that for like 20 minutes at a time.
He does a lot of pulling.
Cool.
We do have a Guinness tap underneath here, so
Cool little story too. Wopsops, our buddy Greg, made a golden.
oh, that's so
stout.
good.
Really?
So it was this flavor profile, but a golden color versus
Wow.
the dark color, and it was on nitro. So there
I'm
again,
sure psychologically you would go like, oh, well, that can't
yeah,
be as
it's
heavy.
a light
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it tastes like a Guinness. It's got coffee and chocolate undertone.
Yeah.
So, but there again, we talk about the way the hops or the way the malts are roasted. So higher heat pulls those sugars out, caramelizes them, gives you that different flavor profile. Lower heat is where you get your pilsners from. It's a slower process. Less of the sugars are coming out, so it's not as sweet when you're drinking a lager or a pilsner or a lager. And then you get into some of your ale ones like I talk about. And then different, you got the different malts that are going to add different flavor profiles to them as well.
So you're telling me that this is a low-calorie beer?
If you consider 126 calories low for a 12-ounce beer.
Well, for a beer, that is pretty low.
Hey, your 12-ounce beers
absolutely.
a lot of times can
Yeah.
go 160 and more, so
Yeah.
you're cutting calories
Absolutely.
by going to Guinness.
Well, now
So
I'm gonna.
here's the crazy part, right? SeaQuench is 140 calories. Guinness is 126.
Well, that's it.
So
Now,
Okay.
now I'm
that's
gonna,
lower than SeaQuench.
now I'm
It's
going to
interesting.
stash a Guinness in my pants on the half marathon then.
You got more than that in there. So
Okay.
we got no, you don't actually. So we have the SeaQuench is a lighter beer. When
Yeah.
you pour it, you look at it, you go, oh my goodness, it's lighter.
Yeah.
It's lighter.
Yep.
And then you pour the Guinness and you go, well, that's got to be heavier. It's got to be because it's a dark beer.
Right.
And that's a misnomer of a lot of times. People go in and go, I don't like darks. Well, you don't know what a dark is. You don't understand. You got to understand there's different levels of dark beers, right? You get a Russian Imperial Stout, 12%. It's probably 7,422 calories, and it's probably 6,042 carbs. But it's going to be heavy. It's going to sit there. Oscar Blues 1050, 10.5% alcohol. You pour it in the glass, you swirl it, it sticks to the glass. I actually was going to put it in my motorcycle as oil to see if it worked. I mean, so you got differences in darks, and that's what people don't understand.
Right.
So when you're out there, don't just hate dark beers. Understand. Try it. Try a Guinness.
Now,
Try a Guinness.
Guinness is dark, but when you drink it,
It's
the,
light.
the only thing that makes it seem a little heavy is that instant foam that's on top. That's the creamy foam, but the rest of it is actually quite like a regular beer. It's light.
Well, it's that separation, the nitro separating away from the beer itself, so when it goes down, that very smooth finish.
Yep, very smooth and very clean. So, and you get the creaminess up front.
I feel like it's time for a new 2019 feature on the Brew Review. It's Riggs's beer trivia question of the day. You ready?
Okay.
Hit it.
The first time I had Guinness, I might have told this story before.
Is it a story?
But I thought this was trivia.
I feel like, what day is it? The first time I had Guinness, it was handed to me by a deceased lead singer rock icon.
Oh, okay. Who was it?
Who is that person?
Ronnie James Dio.
Ronnie James Dio is correct!
Boom!
That guy is correct!
Timeout.
Wow!
Was he?
How did he hand it to you if he was dead?
I was just thinking the same thing. How did you get?
You're a liar.
It is. Come.
You're a liar, and you both worked that out. I call BS.
So
No, I just know Ronnie James Dio was a big fan
He's a huge
of
Guinness guy.
Guinness.
I'm interviewing Ron James Dio in Atlanta at a concert. And we're backstage. He's like, "Can I get you a beer?" I was like, "Oh, yes, Ronnie James Dio." And he brings a Guinness. I was like, "Oh God, I've never had Guinness. I can't drink a dark beer." And I went, "Oh, it's not what I bought into the mystique."
Now, what is
It's
the
that guy that you did an impression of?
what is the ABV on Guinness?
it's 4.2.
Oh, that's
So
not
it's
bad.
even under 5 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under 5, and it's got
Miller Lite's got more than that.
Yeah. So
I was swooning over Ronnie James Dio, so I was lit up already.
Yeah, I could tell you were swooning. That's why I
Yeah.
tried to shift
Were you
gears.
close on?
Swoon.
There's a picture I don't remember. I'll look it up. Yeah. It's probably shirtless with his logo
I
painted
agree
on.
with him. If the dude's dead, How did he give you the beer?
He was still living. He was still living when he handed it to you. I should point that out.
all right.
So then I call foul on the question.
He was living.
No. I understood the question. We're getting off track here, but I understood.
You
the
thought I meant in a fever dream, a deceased rock star ghost gave me a beer.
You said he was dead.
Yeah, that was. I should have specified that. Was my bad. Well, it's a new segment. That's why we will work on it for the new year.
Have you seen the Facebook of Dio where it's just his picture over and over, same picture?
No.
They post it every day.
There's a Facebook page that
Yeah.
just keeps putting
Just
his.
Dio
Give him the Kavorka horns.
Yeah, I
Well,
think that's the
they
one.
do the same thing with Dokken.
Dokken?
No. What's his name? From Glenn Danzig. They do the same thing with him.
Never mind.
Yes,
Danzig.
yeah.
Glenn Danzig.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
sorry. It's Danzig.
Ha!
All right.
One of
Ha.
them is a gentleman.
You're
One's
right.
a
You got
meanie.
it. You got it.
Oh, wait, you said I'm right.
You good?
Let me
I
get.
said you're
Oh,
right.
that is on recording.
Edit it out.
Wow.
Hey, how'd your record player do?
It's beautiful.
You didn't even hook it up.
Yes, one time. I played one record on it.
All right.
It's a small world after all.
It was the Eric Martin Band, one of his solo albums, and I played it. It's beautiful. So
All right,
I need
so
to,
it worked?
Yeah, so now I need to start ripping some records off.
Yeah.
Then he got me a record player for Christmas.
Well, I didn't want you to tell people that. I was just wondering how it worked.
He found a record player in the trash. He
pretty much did.
he left it on my car. Anyway,
All right, guys, all these shenanigans aside, if you guys want to find out where to get all these beers, go to srperrott.com beer finder.
Yeah.
Or you can go to WHOG957 on YouTube and see all of these beers.
Make sure you guys go to YouTube. I'm telling you this year, make it your resolution because a lot of this show gets cut down and the rest goes on the video, and it's very appreciative. Once people watch it, they enjoy it, and they kind of see the whole thing, so it's funny.
yeah. Thanks to everybody who we get mentions. Some folks at the Poker Room came up to us this past weekend.
Nice.
Who listened to the brew review to learn something.
Oh, good.
Imagine that.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't know what you learned from
What a
today,
concept.
but there's something in
The
there
only
that
reason I
people.
stopped by is because I heard it and thought, I want some of that beer.
There you go.
Well, I heard that Ronnie James Dio gave you. I learned that Ronnie James Dio gave you a
go.
gift.
See, that story's gonna get twisted now.
Oh, by the way, we didn't tell the guests it's $20 per person.
Yeah.
Got the,
He's got a card slider.
Well, we
Just
can
give
take
him
it out and trade.
You got look at SR Perrott working it.
It's like, I
He's on
guess
point.
that's about it.
It's not as their Perrott working as Vinnie. I swear.
Don't tell the bosses. That's
Tell the boss.
That's back pocket money for Vinny.
Vinnie Industries. Before we roll, anything we need to mention coming up? Yes.
Yes, we've got the DeLand Craft Beer Fest coming up on February 9th.
That's close.
And I'm trying to work it out with your bosses and our bosses to see if you guys can come down and be there at the thing. So hopefully that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Tickets are on sale now. So the 9th is that Saturday.
Okay.
The Thursday before the 9th is the Brews and Bow Ties,
Oh, boy.
which is only 100 tickets. You can go on Volusia on Facebook. You can go to Volusia. I think it's VolusiaBeerFest.com, and it'll direct you where to buy the tickets and what you have to do. And for that dinner, Anne Marie from On Elixir, she put it together, and there's local beers that are going to be either vintage or something you can't get paired up with a high-end restaurant of a choice in Volusia Flagler County.
Okay, wow.
So it's going to be real nice. 100 tickets, you come out. You got to wear a bow tie. That's why it's called Brews and Bow Ties. They'll have music. It's at a cool place, and you get to sample beer and food.
That Brews and Bow Ties, it's Thursday, February 7th, and you go to evanbright.com.
Yep, you can buy the tickets off there. You can buy the tickets at Eventbrite for the DeLand Craft Beer Fest too. And then the Saturday before, we're doing a bus trip, which is going to hit a bunch of different breweries.
That sounds like good trouble right there.
Oh, it always is. I did the bus trip sober once. Never do it again. But we're going to hit a bunch of things. And actually, Lagunitas is sponsoring the bus. So we're going to get a keg of Lagunitas to Sugarworks, and he's going to distill it down into a liquor. So it's going to be
Nice
a distilled.
reverse process.
which one?
You're back to liquor.
Yeah, it's going to be the Lagunitas IPA distilled down into
Okay.
a
Oh, all
right.
So that will be available on the bus trip when you go up there. And then we have, and all this is for a non-for-profit organization. It goes through a couple different ones. The DeLand Craft Beer Fest is for Main Street. I believe Brews and Bow Ties is for Pride. And I think the bus trip is for Pride as well. It all kind of ties in. This
Nice.
is our 10-year anniversary.
Excellent.
We've been out 10 years. We're going to have a big breakout session during the event where we're going to have some of the local breweries and distillery guys up talking about how to get started. We're going to do a Q&A, and then we'll have music all day. And we're going to have, I believe, 4 or 5 food trucks inside.
Nice.
One of them is my buddy called Adler's out of Orlando, and I think they won Best Hamburger last year or something.
Really?
So we're going to have some cool stuff out there. So make sure you guys come out. And then during the whole week, we're going to be planning events. and I'll get into those further as we get closer.
And you're not this event. You're not talking about like 100 people, maybe 250.
Yeah, we're looking at 1,500 tickets for the DeLand Craft Beer Fest.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For the bus, I believe it's 45, and for the Brews and Bow Ties, it's 100.
That's VIP stuff.
So
right there.
yeah, it's all good stuff. And this year, I think we're going to have a vintage table at the DeLand Craft Beer Fest. And just because it says craft beer doesn't mean we're not going to have spirits,
Okay.
wine, mead,
Hooch.
and beer.
Okay.
So we're looking at hopefully 100 different wine, mead, spirits, and beer people out there, breweries and distilleries and etc.
Just a good time for a good cause.
Yeah, and it's a great time, guys. And honestly, every year we've done it, we haven't had people passed out. We haven't had people drink respectively. It's
grown-ups.
and that's one of the reasons
grown
why
up
we
drinking.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons why we cut it to 1,500 people is you don't really have to wait in line. We could sell 5,000 tickets, but then you're waiting there forever. You get 2 beers and you're done.
Right.
So we try to make it as an experience versus we'd rather charge maybe a little bit more than the guy next to you, but you're going to get more value out of it in the end.
I love it.
Awesome.
About that experience, Vinny.
Yep. And I want to throw it out to Anne-Marie, Blair, and Ed. Anne-Marie and Blair from Model X here and Ed from Tomoka. They've been on the committee now for 9 years, 10 years, just working it. And Anne-Marie busts her butt doing it. So she does a great job with it. So
It is it's the event of the year, isn't
and
it?
then one other thing I do want to talk about. I sent the artwork to Anne-Marie and Blair for
Zombie
Hogfish.
Hogfish, yes.
Yep. So we're looking forward to it. So she's they already got stuff in mind.
And that's going to be out there at the DeLand
It'll be at
Craft
the
Beer.
DeLand Craft Beer Fest.
So you guys got to stop by and try that.
Yeah. So hopefully, what I want to maybe do is bring a few people in during Craft Beer Week, that Friday before or maybe we'll do it the week before.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll kick it off here. The mead for you guys.
All right.
And then set it up.
Look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
See what
Our own
happens.
little baby. We're birthing a baby me.
Can I put something out there?
Please.
I learned something. From
Wait,
you
let me
guys.
check. Hold on. Can Vinny? You're good. You're still good.
I learned from you guys. Don't stop asking until you force somebody to say yes.
That's right. Yeah, because the Riggs and Guy IPA, it's 2019. It's happening. The meeting's early, and by fall, you're going to be pouring that in your mouth with our big mugs on the can.
Every one of my guys
that
that came in here, hey, you going to make a beer for us? You going to make a beer for us?
That's happening. It ain't going away. Yep.
And it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I talked to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Strongbows. They got these little 5-ounce cans.
Yeah.
We're going to make those with Guy's face on them, and then we'll make the 12-ounce ones.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys want to check out where you can find these beers, srprod.com beer finder. And if you want to see the video, 95.7 The Hog Brew Review on YouTube. Thank you very much, Vinny.
You're number one.
Thank you, Quinn. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, SR Perrott.
Thank you, guys.